This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
Ooh. Hey, Gravy, how are you? Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's 6:03 p.m. Wow. All right. So, today I went to the Galleria Mall, and before I tell you, I went to go see Kong Skull Island. Before I tell you, kiddies, how I liked it, I want to tell you a story. So I was walking around the mall. Come on, Gravy. Come on, jump up. Come on. I know you want to. So I was walking around the mall there, and I ran into, but I overheard like these older people. They're like, oh, these kids these days, they don't know how to dress appropriately for the weather. And they're like, oh yeah, they're all out in there. You know, when we were kids, we were told to bundle up, and you know, in this kind of weather, and we, you know, even if it was nice out in mid-February, we still bundled up. And that kind of struck me as odd, because they gave an explanation for it too. Because there was a couple days, I want to say maybe early March of this year, where it got into like the 70s, okay? And that day those days were nice. They were like, okay, it's like the end of friggin' February and the beginning of March, and it's like 70 degrees out in Buffalo. Now it's like snowing. There's like a blizzard out there, but really, they said, oh, we would bundle up in that weather, in 70-degree weather, in just because it's the middle of February and all that, and it's like, well, why? Just because it's February? I mean, if it was like 80 degrees in the middle of February, they would still bundle up. I don't know why. But they said it was because you could still get sick, because it's your body not getting used to... Your body can't get used to the temperature difference that quick, or something like that. Because it was like, it went from like 15 degrees to like 70 the next day, which you know is kind of weird, because you gotta think of it this way, okay? Even if it was like 3 degrees outside, okay, and you just came home out of 3-degree weather outside, you're coming home to a nice heated home, okay? So why wouldn't your body not get used to a temperature coming outside from the cold into a warm home? Or vice versa. Like if it's hot out, you just got done, you know, playing outside or whatever, you come back in air conditioning, like in the summertime. Why would that be any different? It makes no sense what they said, really. oh, you have to bundle up in 70-degree weather because your body can't really handle the change in temperature. But it's okay to come in from the cold into a warm home. It makes no goddamn sense, does it? I don't know. I mean, that's actually a quicker. That makes your body quicker to get used to it because you're coming straight out of the cold outside, and straight into. You're just going from like 2 degrees to like, I don't know, 70 degrees indoors. You know what I'm saying? That made no sense what they said. So there's your baby boomers for you. So there's that generation for you. Ugh. So I went to go see Kong Skull Island. I had to look at. I thought this one was going to be like 3 hours long. It wasn't 3 hours long. It was maybe like 2 hours long at most. Because the one in 2005 was like 3 hours long. But really, I don't think the one in 2005 and this one that just came out, I don't really think they really have like, they're like part of the series. I think the one in 2005 was just, Peter Jackson wanting to like fucking, do a remake. And now they're going on, now, you know what? Now, I'll tell you this, what happened at the end. It was actually a pretty good movie. I thought some of the effects were done pretty good. It's not like the original where there really isn't much of a story. Like the whole movie takes place on the Skull Island. So that's that, and it takes place in like in the 1970s, like hey there, like during like Vietnam and all that. So it has who's it have? It has Samuel L. Jackson and Samuel L. Jackson playing, your typical Samuel L. Jackson role as the tough Negro. He's like an army captain or something, and he's like tough and he wants to kill King Kong. He ends up getting killed by King Kong. Just like King Kong just goes boom out with his fist on him. He's like, "You motherfucker!" Boom. He had to get that motherfucker in there. Oh. Who else was in there? John Goodman. Oh, who the fuck is texting me off the hook? John Goodman's in this movie. Yeah, so you got some pretty good actors in the movie. The girl in the movie, I don't know who she is, but I'm pretty sure I've seen her in a bunch of movies before. I really can't remember her name. I don't know. It's not Naomi Watts. She was in the other one. There was some other blonde chick. And really, it's just pretty much what it is. And John C. Riley's in it. He's the guy that he was in. What's that story? What's that movie? I mean, Walk Hard, I think it was called. Walk Hard. Is that the name of the movie? It was like a comedy with where it's supposed to be like a parody of like what's his name, Johnny Cash or something. I think that's the name of the movie, Walk Hard or something. Or is that the name of the Johnny Cash movie? I can't remember. But he was also in that movie Step Brothers, the funny guy. He's funny in this one, in this Kong movie. But I don't know. I mean, he plays a guy that he was like he got stranded on the island back in like World War II, and he's just been living on the island with the natives and everything. And you know, he was trying to at the end he gets to go back home. Pretty happy ending there. He has he had a wife. And they tell him about how he had a wife and everything, and you know, she had a baby, and the son never knew him because he was stuck on the island. And it shows them, they were like, at the end they showed him like going back to his family. I was like, who the fuck are you? Oh, what? You know, and hi, Gravy. And who else is in it? But I don't know. The whole story is about the John Goodman character wants to go explore this Skull Island. So it's pretty much he gets a bunch of guys together, and let's go explore this Skull Island. And it was revealed that later he just wanted to go there to kill King Kong because something about how he I guess he went to the island and got away, but King Kong like killed all his men or something like that, and he wants to go back and kill him. And the Samuel L. Jackson character goes with him, and now he wants to kill King Kong because they were like dropping bombs on the island in order to it was supposed to be for like mapping out the island or something like that. I don't know. But it attracted the attention of King Kong, and he comes and he ripping the helicopters out of the sky and everything else, and he like kills a bunch of the guys in the helicopters. And now Samuel L. Jackson wants revenge on King Kong. And there's actually the visuals are pretty cool. There's a part right when they show you King Kong, he's like standing against the sun, and it looks really cool. And it's like I like how they had him like standing up, because in the other movies he walks around like a gorilla, you know, like this. But no, he stands up and he's walking on two legs like a person, which was pretty cool to do. But there was a part in there where there was like all kinds of helicopters going toward him, and it looked cool because he was like right up, like he was like standing right with the sun behind him. You know, like Apocalypse Now or something. It looked pretty cool. There's also a part later in the movie where he's standing up against the moon the same way. And the whole thing is they run into the John C. Reilly character, and he's like, "Oh no! Kong doesn't want you don't kill Kong because Kong kills the." There was like these other monsters on the island called they called them, what is it, the skull crawlers or something, and they're just like these huge lizards. They're just like these, they weren't like dinosaurs, but they weren't like T-Rexes, but they were, I don't know, like these like friggin' monsters that kind of had like bones sticking out of them, and King Kong like kills those, and those are like worse than King Kong, I guess. So he goes around and kills those, they call them skull crawlers, I guess. And then the big finale was that he had to like fight a really big one of those, and it was like this big epic fight between King Kong and this giant skull crawler, and I mean, he ends up like ripping his, like King Kong just like tears him from limb to limb, and he ends up taking his fist and ramming it right down its throat, and he like ripped out his tongue and all that other shit from his mouth, just like that. And so yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much of a story that much. I mean, it was pretty much just, oh, let's go to Skull Island. Oh yeah, okay, now we're stuck on Skull Island, now we need to get off. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of it, you know. And there really wasn't any kind of plot twist or anything until the end. Okay, now most people would walk out by this time, but if you stay to the end of the credits, okay, there's a post-credits scene, and what it is the girl character and a couple of the other characters explain, oh yeah, we found more of these Skull Islands, okay, and that there's not only Kong's not the only king on these islands, and then all of a sudden you hear Godzilla's roar, and then that's it. Fucking awesome. So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna make a King Kong versus Godzilla movie in the near future. So, because you had the what do you call it, the 2013, I think it was 2013 Godzilla movie, and then you had that now you have Kong Skull Island. And then at the end of the credits of Kong Skull Island, you know, like the whole thing, well, we found more of these. And they're showing like different like pictures of it, and you can see like Mothra and Rodan and Ghidorah and God. And at the end of it all, they like you could hear Godzilla's roar. You know, you can hear that. Hi, Gravy. And it was weird too, because I'm thinking, because in this King Kong movie, they referred to King Kong as a massive, unidentified terrestrial organism, and that's what they were calling them in that Godzilla movie as well. You know that they were calling them that. So when he said, I think it was a John Goodman character that said it too. And I was like, oh, okay. So this might be like a tie-in to the Godzilla thing. Because who else says that, right? It's not like, I don't know. But then you watch the post-credits, and there you go. It's confirmed. King Kong versus Godzilla. And it's weird too, because I mean, that's what the movie industry's going now. Everything has to be a versus series or whatever. Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator. The list goes on and on and on. Sadako versus Kayako. The whole list goes on and on and on. They should have like Chucky versus like, I don't know, like fucking Puppet Master or something. But yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. It was a little, you know, it was good. It was a good action movie, I guess. You'd want to say. So I mean, yeah, that's my review of King Kong Skull Island.